I will take decimal point after one digit, so 9.8 meter by second square. So that is the value. Okay. So next one, the Galileo free fall experiment. What is that Galileo free fall experiment? So you have to know one thing. When we drop a paper or feather and one stone, if you have taken two objects and if you leave the two objects at the same time, one will be having greater mass, that means greater weight, another one will be having less weight. For example, uh, this side I have taken paper and this side I have taken stone. If you drop that two object at similar height, same time, so which one will come first towards the earth, which one will reach the bottom of the earth? So that means, as you know that, what is that, stone will come first, because of stone having more weight when compared to that paper or feather. But if you have consider one thing, when you drop the paper will be floating like this, right? Paper will be floating like this, or feather will be floating like this, and it will come. So because the frictional force caused by the air, because the air will give the frictional force, the air will try to stop that less mass, less weight object, okay, so that only it will be coming at late. Otherwise the frictional force of the stone will be, what is that, at that time the frictional force by the air will be very less, so that only the stone will reach faster than the feather. Okay sir, if suppose if there is no frictional force caused by the air, that means there is no presence of air, so that time if you leave the object, both will come at same rate and same time, same, it will what's called it will come same rate. Okay, it will reach the bottom at same rate. So this experiment did by Galileo. Okay, so he did that experiment. So what is that, he left the feather and the stone from that Pisa tower, right? So from that Pisa tower he did this experiment, and he analyzed that even though if you have any vacuum place, for example if you have taken jar and if you suck all the air, that time inside if you put a feather, means you can notice that movement of the feather. Okay, if you drop the two object when there is no air is present, when there is a vacuum place, that time if you left any object which is having different mass, it will fall at same rate. So this experiment done by Galileo. Okay, so this is called free fall acceleration, that free fall experiment did by Galileo. Okay, so the next one, see, and these points and all you have to note it, because of air frictional force acts more paper than that stone. If there is no frictional force, air unit will fall same rate, that I said. Okay, next one, that acceleration experienced by that object, it is independent of mass. Okay, so from this what you have done, so what you analyzed, so not based on that mass, the acceleration is not based, the acceleration because of the gravity, it is not based on the mass of an object when it is there is no frictional force caused by the air. Okay, so as you know that you studied the three equation in that motion lesson, v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, and v square equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so these things and all you studied in your earlier class, am I right? So when g is constant, here if you are considering more or less when g is constant, this equation will be applicable for that in the three equation. Okay, so when g is constant, all the equations of motion would be valid with only the thing a is replaced by g. Okay, so we have taken the g is constant, so there also because of acceleration only we did that three equations, right? Because of acceleration of the motion, right? So here also the acceleration of the motion is possible, but the thing is the acceleration is caused by because of the gravitational force. So instead of a you have to place g. And one thing you have to know, whenever you are going to solve the problem based on the gravitational force, you have to know that sign convention. For example, if you drop any one object, means the object is moving this direction, that means towards the earth, and the gravitational force also towards the earth, that means that time we have to take an as positive value. Okay, so when the direction of movement and the gravitational force both also same direction, that time we have to take positive sign. When you are throwing upwards, that time the direction of movement is against the gravitational force. Why? Because the gravitational force is acting downwards and your movement of that object will be acting upwards. That time we have considered that gravitational value will be minus values, minus 9.8 meter by second square. Okay, so the next one, the problems. Okay, so numericals, numerical what they said, a car falls off a ledge and drops to the ground in 0.5 second, and let a g value will be 9.8 meter by second square. So they give g value 9.8. So a car from the ledge, so ledge means it is that edge position. Okay, so when it is come towards that what's called down that area, okay, that is called a ledge. Okay, so a car falls off ledge and drops to the ground in 0.5 second. Let g value should be 9.8 meter by second square they given. And what is the speed on striking the ground? So remember that, so whenever any object which will be moved because of that gravitational force or because of that acceleration due to gravity is possible, we can use the three equations. Okay, so what is the speed on striking the ground and what is the average speed during 0.5 second? So how high is the ledge from the ground? So understand the problem. One car is falls, so from it will, if you drop any one object from certain height, means that time you will consider your initial velocity will be 0 meter per second. Same way here, the car is fall at the ledge. At the ledge position, the car initial velocity or initial speed should be 0 meter per second. But once if it is coming, means after that ledge it will be drops, means it is having some final velocity. Okay, it reaches ground 0.5 second. What is the average speed they asked, and how high? How high means what is the distance from the ledge from the to the ground? Okay, from the ledge to the ground, what is the distance? So distance they asked, speed they asked, average speed they asked. Okay, so just you have to use that equation. So solution, initial velocity of that car, that is 0 meter per second, because when it is dropping at certain height, that time, that point we are considered as your initial velocity 0 meter per second, and the time taken to reach the ground 0.5 second. So acceleration due to gravity 10 meter per second square here they mentioned. So if it is not gave, means in the problem you can take 9.8 meter per second square, but if they gave in the problem itself 10 meter per second square, means you can use that value. Okay, so as you know that v equal to u plus at, right? So v equal to u plus at, instead of a you have to write v equal to u plus gt. Okay, instead of a you have to u plus gt. So what is your initial velocity? 0 plus g, what is the value? 10. Acceleration due to gravity 10 they given, and a time 0.5 given. So 10 into 0.5 you will get 5 meter per second. Okay, so your final velocity you found that 5 meter per second. And what is that average speed? Average speed equal to u plus v divided by 2. So u means already you know initial velocity will be 0, and v means final velocity now only you found. So 0 plus 5 divided by 2. So 5 divided by 2, if you divide it, means 2.5 meter by second you will get. Okay, so the next one, so distance traveled, how much distance they traveled by the car. Okay, that means s equal to ut plus of at square, that equation. Instead of a you have to write first g. So actually the motion of the car and the gravitational force of the earth both are same direction, so we are considering here g value we have taken as positive value. So s equal to u is your initial velocity, and t means time they given 0.5, 0 into 0.5 it will be 0 completely, plus half into g value 10, and t square 0.5, 0.5. So 1 2s are 2, 5 2s are 10. If you divide it, means 1 2s are 2, 5 2s are 10. So 5 into 0.5, 0.5 we have to multiple. Okay, so 5 into 5 into 5 first multiple 125. So here decimal point after one digit, decimal point after one digit, totally 2 digit. So from the right end 2 digit we can move. That means after that point, after that 5 decimal point is there, so 2 digit you have to shift it. So 2 digit 1 2, so it will come 1.25 meter. Okay, so shall we go to the next problem? Okay, so an object is thrown vertically upwards and rises to a height of 10 meter, and calculate the velocity which thrown upwards and the time taken by the object to reach the highest point. First you have to know when the object is thrown upwards. That means when you are throwing any object, you have to give certain initial speed, then only the object can move, right? Otherwise the object cannot move. So you have to remember, initial speed will not be a zero once if you are throwing any object in the sky, and rises to a height of 10 meter. So once the object will be reached at certain height, what will happen? It will fall towards the earth, right? So that point will be 0 meter per second. That point, that means what is that final velocity? That point, once it will be reached at the maximum height, that time it will be final velocity will be 0 meter per second. Okay, so height they given, initial velocity we have to find, and final velocity we found that is 0 meter per second, because it will be stopped at one point and then it will come. But the velocity which thrown upwards, which means initial velocity we need to find, and the time taken by the object to reach the highest point. So how much time it takes? Okay, so just use that equation. Distance traveled, so distance traveled equal to s equal to 10 meter, which they given, right? So distance traveled equal to s equal to 10 meter, and final velocity 0 meter per second. Okay, so acceleration due to gravity g equal to minus 9.8 meter by second square. So please notice here students, why I have placed minus, because you are throwing the object against the gravity, not towards the gravitational force. You are throwing the object in the upside, but the gravitational force will be acting downwards. So that time we have to consider the direction of that object one side, gravitational force of the object downside. So different direction will be present, means that time you have to take minus value. So g value should be minus 9.8 meter by second square. So use the equation v square equal to u square plus 2as. Instead of a you have to write g. So v square equal to u square plus 2gs. So why? Because minus means while you are throwing some object, right? Remember that when you are throwing at any object, so that is against the gravity. Okay, remember that. Okay, the movement of the direction of movement will be very important. So your final velocity will be 0 into 0 0 only, and u square we need to find, plus do 2gs, g value minus 9.8, s value 10. So just multiple that value, 2 into 10 20 into minus 9.8, what is that, 9.8 19.6 into 10, 196 will come. Okay, so 196 it will take that side, means plus will come, minus 196 will come this side, means plus 196. So which is equal to u square. Okay, so u square equal to 196 means, so u value you have to take square root of 196, you will get 14 meter by second. Okay, so this is that initial velocity we found, and one more they asked what is that time. Okay, so v equal to u plus at. So instead of a we have to written as g. So v equal to u plus gt, and 0 plus 14 plus minus the g value minus 9.8 into t. So 0 equal to that minus 9.8 into t will come this side. So 9.8 t, which is equal to 14. So t equal to 14, that 9.8 it will come divide. So 14 divided by 9.8. So if we divide that value 14 divided by 9.8, so t equal to 1.43 second. Okay, so just a minute. Okay students, this is that end of that today's session. I think time is exceeded. So anyway, today we have discussed that what is that free fall, and how can we find that g value, and based on that what is that equation so far we did, and what is the problem I give, right? So that problem, based on the equations of motion, instead of a you have to take in g, because the a is caused because of the gravitational force. So you have to know that equation g equal to capital G m divided by r square. From this equation what you analyzed, so the gravitational force will not depend on that mass of an object, right? Gravitational force will depend on the mass of the earth. Mass, why it will not depend on mass of that object? Because there is no frictional force is if there is no frictional force caused by air, it will fall at same rate. That is why we are called it as free fall acceleration. Okay, so remember that, students. Just look at the slides once again, and just after watching this video, just see that in your book what content they given, just go through one read, then you will understand in a better manner. Okay, so thank you all. So thank you, have a nice day.